Hello, my name is Domies, and you are now watching the second episode of my Newcastle Career Mode on FIFA. So you join me as you saw the last episode. If you haven't watched it, watch it now. We've signed our first players in this left back in Conan, who has quite a high potential, and then we also signed the very high potential Lafont, who's 18-year-old, already a 77 rated player. So I'm quite happy about those two signings. I know they're not realistic signings possibly, but this is a career mode where I need to take Newcastle to the top, and I think that's how I'm going to do it with those two signings. So if I look at the team, really, is there any other areas that need to be strengthened? Goalkeeping position is strong now. I'm happy with the centre backs with Lejeune, Lascelles and Bemba, and Kieran Clark. Right back we've got Mankilo and Yedlin. Left back we have Conan and then Dummett. Central midfield we've got Marino, Hayden and Diame. I think that's a position I need to strengthen. Central midfield player, because Marino's only on loan, so we might not be able to. We'll have to sign him again next season. Right midfield I'm happy with Richie and Murphy. Left midfield happy with Aarons and Atsu. Central attacking midfielder, yeah, so I need a sort of central attacking midfielder that can also play central midfield. But I'm also looking to get sort of a Tiote role, RIP Tiote, but a player like Bakayoko or Kante that can sort of dominate, and then have a Shelvey to play off, because Marino and Shelvey are both great, but neither of them are particularly defensive. Hayden is a bit more defensive, but then I think I want a better. So central midfield and central attacking midfield is somewhere I'm going to look to strengthen. So you're going to see me cut to the transfer list where I have a look at some of the players that I'm looking to sign. Okay, so you see me here. I've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek. You've seen this in the last episode if you watched it. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Yohan Cabaye, Emre Can, Etienne Capoue, and Tom Davies. I did just remember I also signed the central attacking midfielder. I think it's Andre Gomez. I don't know how to check if it is Andre Gomez, but I signed him, and he has a potential of 90, so maybe I just train him up. Maybe I'll just train him up, and very quickly he'll be a 70 rated player, so maybe I don't need to sign a central attack midfielder. But if you look at his chart up in the corner, you can see defending is very lacking, so he's very attacking but not very defensive, so maybe I just stick with him. This Yassine Bel Elmani, I had a look on FIFA, sorry, and he only has a potential of 65, so I might not change him up really, because there's no, train him up, sorry, not change him up. Anyway, so we're going to cut back to the transfer list and see, transfer hub, not transfer. As I only have a budget of about 12 million pounds left, I'm not really looking to spend big bucks on a player, because I really need to strengthen it in two positions. So I think I'm leaning towards Tom Davies here, signing for about 7 million. Because Fofana would be a good player, but he'd be like 14 million, so he'd be the rest of my budget, which would leave no money for youth scouts. He would be a good player for Fofana, but Tom Davies is only 2 ratings lower. The only issue with this is when you go, where is it? When you go attributes, it doesn't show strength. It shows, well, where is it? Yeah, so, oh, now it does show strength. I think they've updated that. Before it didn't show strength. Ignore me. So I think we're going to jump in and place a bid for, yeah, because I quite like Emre Can, but that's going to be 22 million. And I like Loftus-Cheek, but I think because Loftus-Cheek's only a 70 overall, I can train up Andre. I'm going to call him Andre Gomez. It may be Angel Gomez, I'm not sure. Gomez, the 64 rated cam I bought from Manchester United. See if we can get Tom Davies. They think I'm just going to give a valuation offer, and I'm going to probably throw in a player, to be honest. Right, let's just offer a player swap and see what I can give. So we might see if we can get rid of it's Angel Gomez. It is, so it's not Andre, it's Angel. Angel. So John Shelvey, Mourinho, I might see if we can get rid of Sivet. So I'm trying to sell him. Maybe Mohamed Diarmi. See what they say about that, because obviously he's not going to get much game time. He's on the tail end of his career really, and they're looking to bring in a left back. Do we have any left backs we'd look to give them? Gummit. No, not really. So we'll just have to offer a transfer fee. I'm going to offer a valuation 6 million. See what they say about that. I would have liked to have offloaded someone like Diarmi onto them, but as they're not taking it, they're not taking it. So they want 7.9 million. That's fair enough. I think we'll counter with 7 million. Team. I'm then going to buy scout, not scout. What are they scouts? Youth scouts, youth staff. 7 million. That's a bargain for him, really. Right, let's jump straight into the negotiation. I mean, right, well, hopefully we're not going to have to pay him ludicrous money, and I'm going to look to tie him down for 5 years, like I've done for my other two players. He's on 40 grand at the moment. Wow. I think he's going to be an important player. Yeah, we'll say important. Because he's going to develop. I'll have to play him. Oh, look at his face. I'm going to have to play him alongside Shelby. I hope I haven't damaged him and given him an important player, but hopefully that means he now wants less money. Or maybe because he knows he's an important player, he wants more. 3 year? I really want 4 years. They're happy with 4 years. We'll disregard a release clause. He wants 50,000 a week. Oh. I'll give him 45. We are only Newcastle. We're not rolling in the money. Signing on bonus is 750,000. I'll drop that to 500,000 because I don't want to offend them, but I don't want to be spending, because that's already 7.5 million for that plus 15 appearances. That's a lot of money. 25, and I'll give you another million. He's going to make 25 appearances in the season, so that's going to be a potential signing of 8.5 million. Already expensive. That's just ludicrous how they do it. Right. We'll just count. They've already upped his wage. At first they wanted 51,000. Now they want 53. Right, 50. That's the cap I'm going to. Signing on bonus will take 600,000. 10 appearances, 500,000. It's just this thing really adds up. It's realistic to real life where players sign 3-4 million signing on bonuses, but it does make it expensive. 53,000 is the limit. Right, I'm just going to accept it. I don't want to keep pushing and get rejected. That's a lot of money. £53,000 a week. That agent literally held me over a barrel and did things that I should not say. Right, so if we look at our team, it is nice you get it all done in one go, but it is a bit, well, it's very unrealistic. So I'll add Davies. There we go. So that's quite a strong team. Davies will obviously grow, so will Conan, so will Lafont. And I have Angel Gomez. And I'm going to look to train him up. But at the moment, I think we might just have to keep the army. I don't really want to be keeping Sivet, but if I have to keep him, purely because I know he's not going to be getting first team games, I'm going to be giving the games to Hayden and Davies and Marino, so he's going to moan about not getting game time. Anyway, right, let's do player development. So I've got Aaron's on 3, Lascelles on 1, and Hayden on 1, similar to what I had. What's exactly the same as I had last episode. So what I'm going to do now is literally just cut ahead to anything interesting. So if anything interesting happens, I'll jump in. So we've received a transfer offer for Jamal Lascelles. Not really interested in selling him. That is quite a nice offer, 6.9 million, but I think I'm just going to keep him. He is my captain. He's getting nice offers, but in real life, he's probably one of our better players. So we've got a loan offer for Jamie Sterry. He's just one of the players I'm looking to loan out, so I'm just going to accept that offer. Be done with it. That was very cool. Anyway, feels like it's going to be a bit of a bitty episode, I guess, but I'm just trying to really cut down on the amount of the length of my episodes, because for both my Road to Glory series and my career mode with Newcastle, I just consistently have like hour-long episodes just because I talk and talk and talk. Right, Matt Ritchie for 7.3 million. Nope, you're going to have to bring like 30 million. So we've received a transfer offer for Curtis Good. They want fee of 390,000. I'm going to delegate this one. Start the offer at 420. 400. Stupid. Because he's not really a first team player. Oh, here we go. Crystal Palace have shown interest in purchasing Henry Saivet for 11.4. Wow, that's amazing. I want to see if this Curtis Good transfer. Oh, he's currently negotiating. Right. I'll see if I can get more. Right, let's negotiate. I would accept 11 million for him because he's not a first team. Well, he's a good player, but I'm just not going to be playing him. Funny that it's Crystal Palace. Pardew? It's not Pardew at Crystal Palace. Propose. I will take 12.5 million. What are they going to say? That's 3 million over his valuation. Oh, they're fine. They're paying it. Wow, that was easy. I thought they were going to come back like 12 million. Someone's coming for John Joe Shelvey. Cool, I could get up to 17.5 million. I'm not though. Shelvey's my... I'd like to say captain, but that's Lascelles. If he was the captain, he'd headbutt everyone on the team. But I don't know. I like Shelvey. He's a good player, and he's what Newcastle needed in real life. Premier League proven quality. Anyway, skip. Oh, maybe you don't need to. So I've met with representatives, and they've agreed to pay 400,000. Find the details in your folder. Oh, that was easy. Cool. We should accept that. Probably should have just accepted the 390,000 in the first place because that was much faster. But that's something to notice, that when you delegate it, it takes like 4 or 5 days. But when you do it yourself, you can sell them instantly. So if you need to sell someone fast, and it's like transfer deadline day, I guess you just never should delegate it because it's going to take so long. And all he got was another 10,000. Wow, Lazio signed Troy Deeney for 10.9 million. All the Watford fans watching right now are crying. Their saviour is gone. So Henry Saivet is sold. They've allocated me 9.5 million, and they found everything in France. I was about transfer offer for Mohamed Diame. Ooh, I might attempt to get 4 million. That's not a bad offer, but he's not really in the first team. But I just want to get some cash together because then I might be able to sign a decent player. Right, we'll propose a new transfer fee. I'm going to say 4 million. Hope they don't run out screaming. It does seem like quite a lot, but then it's not much over his valuation. Oh, gave me the 4 million like that. I thought they were going to come back because my assistant or whoever it was came up and said, oh, they're not going to accept, or Diame's market value is between 3 point something and 3.75. So I thought offering the 4 million would anger them. All I'm doing now is just clearing my inbox because I don't like it when it's messy like this because I don't. It's a bit weird, but I find it difficult to judge between what are new emails and what are old emails. But when it's fresh, you get an email and you know there's only one coming through. Anyway, so as we've sold Diame, I'm going to change up my training sessions and put in Gomez. So I'll just cut back to when I've got all the training ready. Okay, so what I've done is I've given him advanced free kicks, advanced penalties, high pressure finishing, defending, and a passing tactic. I've done 3 striking ones just to really get his ones up quickly, and then a defensive and a passing one. I will change it up and put dribblings in and everything, but I'm just trying to get Gomez to a starting spot pretty quickly, because I can imagine he'll be quite a good player if he's got a potential of 90. Rather than, because I could go out right now and sign someone like Loftus-Cheek or Emre Can. I believe I've got the money for Emre. But I think I'm going to hold off purely for the fact that I want, well, I say bringing youth talent through, but he's not our youth talent. Right, so what I'm going to do now, actually, it's just my budget. So I've got a transfer budget of 22 million. So I'm going to sign some youth staff, actually. Hopefully there's an English one. There we go. So I'm going to sign Jamie Wright, 2.86 million. And I'm going to sign, am I going to sign another one? Let's set up a scouting network with him. We're going to send him to England. And duration, 9 months type. That's the same as FIFA 16, 17. I'm just going to go with any. See what's going up there, and we'll see if I can sign anyone else. Portuguese scout, could we find them? Or the Finland scout? I think I'm going to go with Portugal. Should I look for a technically gifted player in Portugal, or should I not be that fussy? So I'll send him for 9 months. I could look for a technically gifted player in Portugal, but I think I'm just going to look for any. I'm not sure if you select a type, it does it any better, like it finds you better players, or not. I haven't really done much research into that. And then we won't buy the Netherlands scout. We'll just wait until we get a better one. So I've signed up my 2 youth scouts anyway. So that cost, what was that, about £5 million to do? Not bad really. And the team is really starting to shape up. So I'll just cut ahead. Anything interesting again, I'll cut to. Okay, so we've got our first game against Spurs in the Premier League. We're at home. I can't remember if Spurs was the game that we played first in the Premier League in real life. Might have been. Be cool if it was and they kept the same game. So we've got, I don't think I'm going to have Mitrovic and Joselu on the bench. I think I'm just going to go with Mitrovic and... So I think I might need... I've got centre-back, right-back, central midfield. I think I might go with an attacking midfield player. And the attacking midfield player we've got is... What I like to do on the bench is have goalkeeper in case the goalkeeper ever gets injured. They never do, but the time when you don't have a goalkeeper on the bench is the time your goalkeeper will get injured. Or a red card or something. And then I've got a centre-back, a full-back that can play both full-backs, or both positions, a midfield player, a winger, a more advanced midfield player, and then a striker. So it's sort of covering all the bases. I'm pretty sure everyone does that for substitutes, but I see a lot of people just put a bunch of attackers there. But if your left back gets an injury and you have to put, like, I don't know, Mourinho at left back, it's not going to look good. So I'm just going to show you that I am playing on professional. I did struggle a bit on professional on my Road to Glory series. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. But I'm just going to play on professional at first, get used to the game, and then up it to world class, and then possibly maybe even legendary. So I'm going to go with my white kit, and I'm going to throw them... Ooh, the kit's sort of... I'll throw them in their white kit also. That's the only issue about Newcastle United kit, because it's black and white. It sort of clashes with everything, because it's predominantly dark, but it has white bits in it. Anyway, I'm just going to cut to the game.
A top talent, but today in a
Here we go. This coming up next bit is so cool, how it's like you're watching a proper Premier League game. I love it. It's so cool. So coming up next. Look at that. Premier League. This is how FIFA dominates with the real licenses, the actual badges, the actual club names. Martin Tyler, Alan Smith. And look at that stadium. Wow, it's like real life. The grass, everything just looks so real. They've captured it amazingly. And the fan noises on this game, like Newcastle, they sing the chants when you're at home. When you're at Liverpool, they sing the chant. I love it. It's just, it makes it so much more realistic. Pascal's leading the team out as captain. Here we go. I'm excited for this game. I'm not going to skip past all this because I want to show you the new feature when 2 Premier League teams face each other. Here it is. So we've got Lafont and cool. They signed Sanchez. So they're the 2 new signings. There's our new exciting young keeper in goal. Cool if Newcastle did sign someone. Knowing us, we'd sign them and then they'd turn to crap. So it'd be pointless. I'm not a huge fan of the red letters and names on the back of the shirt. I find it quite difficult to read. It reminds me a bit of West Brom rather than Newcastle. Dele Alli gave Kane a nudge there. Cool. I'm hoping because it is August, Harry Kane doesn't start scoring. So I'm hoping he's not going to be much of a threat today. But then it is Harry Kane. He's a threat every time. There we go. There's Pochettino. Is it going to focus on me?
Interesting team this for Newcastle United. Several changes. Christian Atsu starts, a player struggling for form. So a couple of strikers for them at the front end of the team. Looking at the lineup.
The Spurs teams, they've got Vorm in goal, Kappa, Dia, Sanchez and Davies. I'm not 100% sure who Kappa is. Dembele and Wanyama, that's such a dominant midfield. Sissoko, Ali and Song. I'm hoping Sissoko is as big of a failure as in real life. 4-2-3-1, it's quite a good formation. Llorente on the bench. Right, yeah, as I said, the kits sort of clash because we're white and black and they're white and blue. Anyway, game's kicked off. Right, I'll just sort of do highlights and cut ahead to anything. And as I said in my Road to Glory on Ultimate Team, when I cut ahead, I'm always in the middle of saying something stupid, and then some sort of action happens, and I'm like, ah, crap. But anyway. Cool. Destroyed by Wanyama there. That's definitely a yellow card. Right. I'm going to see if I can whip this into the box.
He's not going to escape the booking simply because I don't think he or anybody else can have any complaints about that.
Not a bad start though. Already won a free kick. I'm struggling a bit with the kits clashing. I hope that's not much of a... I might just have to be a bit more careful with it. Dwight Gale. Ooh. Just sort of couldn't really find an opening, so I thought I'd pop off a shot. It just
really should have scored. Well, he had the chance.
Not bad at the moment. We're not playing too horribly. Sort of, they haven't had their first attack yet.
Could be dangerous. Still got a bit to do.
There we go. Finish. Oh, what a brilliant goal. Is it Matt Ritchie? Of course it is. First goal. Happy it's him. 34 minutes in. Oh, really? They had to do the mannequin challenge. 2 people. Is that even a mannequin challenge? Or is that just 2 people looking like idiots? Not a bad goal, really. Held up well with Perez, and then just Matt Ritchie made the run through and a nice finish into the bottom corner. Happy with that. 1-0. Come on. I'd like to say come on the boys, but that's Docs is saying, so I'll just be like, come on Newcastle. Yeah, it doesn't work as well, does it?
Like it because he quite often...
Brilliant tackle from Perez there. Can we catch them on the break here? Where's Atsu making that run? Go on, Atsu. Cruyff turn. Play it back. Go on, Shelby's there. Can pop from distance. Finesse shot. Oh, good. Didn't really get hold of that finesse shot. It was just sort of a loop. Attempt. Tom Davies. First time I've actually noticed I'm on the ball with him.
Here we are with Tottenham.
Probably been on the ball before, but he hasn't really... Well, I haven't really done anything special with him. Perez, finesse shot. Oh, right at the keeper. I'm trying to do these finesse shots, but I'm just aiming them either right at the keeper or over. I might just have to stop a bit. I know they're overpowered, but it's just... And they also look really nice when they go in. Good tackle there from the Scouse. Haven't really noticed Lejeune in this game, but with defenders, it's sometimes good if you don't notice them because they're having a standout... Well, not a standout game, but they're having an average game. Same with midfielders sometimes. If you don't notice them playing, they're probably having a decent game. You only notice them if they do something horrible or if they do something amazing. Sort of in between. Strikers, if you don't notice them, they're having a horrible game, but that's just something. 1-0, let's have a look at the match facts. 7-4, 63% possession. Cool, we are dominating them. If I am continuously dominating teams, I will bump it up to world class because obviously I would not expect my team at the moment to be dominating this Spurs team as we have. They haven't really showed any sign of a threat at all. I don't know if that's because I'm defending well or just because of the difficulty. Or maybe because they're away. I'm not sure. But if it does continue to be easy, I will bump it up. I'm not going to be playing a professional to win the league in the first season because that's just... It's unrealistic and I want this to be a realistic... I say road to glory, but a realistic career mode, really, taking Newcastle to where they should, and in my opinion, deserve to be. The one thing I've realised I haven't set up is quick match substitutes, which is something I think I need to do pretty much immediately, because I was thinking, oh, I can't wait till the ball goes out of play and I can bring on Rolando Aarons or something. But then I thought, oh wait, I haven't actually set that up yet, so that's something I need to do pretty sharpish. Right, what I'm going to do is just make some changes. Atsu hasn't really made much of an impression on me, so I'm going to bring on Aarons. I'm not going to bring on... I'll bring on Gomez for Perez, and I'll bring on Hayden for Tom Davies. They're the three changes.
It's confident and it's classy, really.
Referee.
A bit of a gamble for the player who's still in possession. Well,
Lafont with his first save. I don't think it could have been much simpler.
So, in behind the defenders. Real chance. He tried to place it.
I hate that sometimes when you're playing on, well, especially against the AI, it feels like they can be like I'm dominating them, and there's no shadow of doubt about that. And they'll get their first chance and they will score. As I go through here with Aarons, let's finish it. Oh, yeah, probably should have kept running, but I was going to cut inside and finesse shot it, but I wasn't too confident on his weak foot. Let's whip the ball in with Shelby. Won the header there. Oh, was that off the bar? I think that was off the bar from Hayden. I've seen the replay. It was a good header. It was a bit far out, but he got a lot of power on it. Oh, it was off the bar. Cool, unlucky Hayden. He'd have got a goal on his debut, I believe. No, he played last season. Still up to go now. I know his name now. Oh, he gets bullied off the ball with strength. Welcome to the Premier League, son.
Still, as we are on the scoreline, but there's still time, even this late in the game, for a twist to the tail.
Cool, look at Aaron's go. Finish. Oh, he just picked up that ball and ran. It was just his fresh legs coming on against tired defenders. Oh, poor pass there from Hayden. But yeah, fresh legs coming on. He just ran pretty much holding it for the team and just couldn't bury it. Anyway, happy with that. 1-0 victory. We did dominate them. They only had 2 shots, one of them on target. Better pass, actually. Better everything, really. Player ratings. Matt Ritchie gets the man of the match. And I've got a question to ask you guys. I've seen a lot of YouTubers out there. It started off when I watched Master Bucks, where I used to do like an end of season awards thing, and he'd count up every single player that won man of the match and who was like the best player he thought. I could do a similar thing like that if you wanted, like top goal scorer, top assists, best signing, worst signing, that sort of thing. If you're interested in it, I'm going to keep a tally of them at the moment. And I know it would be copying the Master Bucks' style, but he doesn't do it anymore, so I guess that's alright. It might just be interesting, like an end of season awards where we look through the best goals and that sort of thing, just to get a bit of fan interaction. So I'm going to keep a tally at the moment, so if people like the sound of that idea, I can make one. But anyway, so I'm just going to continue on now. Okay, so our next game in the Premier League is up against Huddersfield. Hopefully they're not managed by Docs. They would be a bit more of a challenge if they were managed by him. Happy with everyone there. I might switch out Davies for Mourinho, just give Mourinho a game. And I'm going to switch out Lejeune for Mbemba. But everything else is going to stay exactly the same. Right, I'll see you in the game. Okay, so as this is loading up, I'm just going to say I was sort of correct in that it's cool how they've got the exact same fixtures as in real life. So Newcastle must have played Spurs, and I remember the Huddersfield game because we lost it. Hopefully we're not going to repeat that. And I'd like to say this Newcastle second kit is gorgeous. It's one of the kits I'll be looking to buy for myself. It's just so, it's like those blacked out Adidas boots, black and black. It's awesome.
I think it might be a draw.
Yeah, it looks cool. I might have to get it for my ultimate team. If you guys like it, let me know.
Now, Christian Atsu.
Good skill move there from Atsu. We're on the break. I always find as soon as I do a skill move, I get like a burst of adrenaline. Like, oh, here we go. Even if it wasn't like very hyped, like it was just like the centre of the pitch. So I did a skill move and I was like, we're on the break. Let's go. You can tell I'm not really much of a skiller, so when I pull one off and it works, I'm hyped.
John Joe Shelby.
Ritchie's through here. Oh, I should have scored that. That was such a poor... I tried to do a driven shot to the far post, and it was just such a poor attempt. Oh, I'm annoyed with myself for that. It's my first proper chance in this game, and I've not blown it, but didn't do as well as I should have done. Anyway, half time. It's been a bit of a boring game so far. Not really much has happened. Sort of hoped to be 1-0 up to Huddersfield by now, but they are at home and they have been dominating the possession. And if you've ever played against a computer, you know how difficult it is sometimes to get the ball back from them when they are dominating. Oh, Dwight Gale balloons it over there. I went for a long shot, but didn't work. Now, is that going to get to Richie? It has. It was a good ball. Anyone in the box? Oh, good save from their keeper, palming that out. Otherwise, that would have been a goal for Perez at the back. So 55 minutes in. There's been a couple of chances, but it's been a very boring game so far, unfortunately. Not much gameplay.
Now here's a chance to get at the opposition.
Oh, almost through there with Dwight Gale. Is that a free kick? Right, my free kicks aren't brilliant at the moment. I need to put a bit more practice in. So I think what I'm going to do is sort of go like that and then pass it off to Shelvey. He's going to bang. Oh no, that was my chance. Shelvey from outside the box. I'm going to bring on Rolando Aarons for Matt Ritchie. That was just a quick sub. I forgot to change up my quick subs, so that's a little bit annoying, but Rolando Aarons is now on the pitch, so we've got a bit more pace on both wings of Aarons and Nats.
Oh, the goalkeeper's relieved to get that.
Go on, Aarons, run! Javier Manquillo running into the space. Gomez is going to make that run. Threaded it through.
It could be a chance.
Oh no, I took too much for touch. Damn it, that was my chance. Brilliant run from Manquillo and then a brilliant through ball. It's the same as the Road to Glory if you've watched that. Have all these magnificent chances, but I blow them all. One-on-one finishing. That is definitely a weak point.
Quick note for your diary.
If you haven't seen the Road to Glory, check it out. It's where I'm playing Ultimate Team with no FIFA points spent. Nothing at all. Building sort of the team that you can do.
Look forward to joining you in the country for it.
Gomez, the team that you can build. No FIFA points, just sort of playing the game as it should be played, really. No sort of rules, anything like that. That's my... Well, the only rule is no FIFA point. I'm smart about this. Probably only got one attack left in us before the whistle blows. Oh, I thought I was through then, but I didn't notice. Ah, what am I doing? Damn it. That's game. 0-0. Damn it. Not the best gameplay, but... Oh well, we had our chances, so I'll have to show the chances, but I apologise, I didn't finish any of them. That is annoying. That's one thing I need to improve on, finishing. Yeah, so we didn't have as many chances as I thought. They just kept possession really well. And the man of the match for this game was Manquillo. So I'm recording that. I'm not... So I will do a sort of end of season wars if that's what people are interested in. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to play this game in the Cup against Preston, I believe it is, purely for the fact, as it's a transfer window, I've been doing more not playing. I've been doing sort of, well, selling players and that sort of thing. Haven't bought anyone this episode, but I've been doing that more admin stuff. So I think in these transfer window episodes, I only play 2 games and the other stuff. But when I get into, well, once we get out the transfer window, it ends in what, like a week and a bit, I'll be playing 3 to 4 games then. So if you have enjoyed the video, please leave it a like, and if you like me, if you think you're going to enjoy the series, subscribe to the channel. I think I've got like 7 subscribers, but you know, soon it will be more. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.